You may have seen his YouTube channel, but today we get a one-on-one interview with Spartan Gaming. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Rise of Kingdoms episode from your very own Shappy Gaming. Today, we get the pleasure of chatting with our very own Spartan Gaming. Say hello.
Yo, what's going on, Shappy?
How's it going? I am so excited. Thank you for coming on our Rise of Kingdoms interview with a content creator series. You get to join the likes of Omniarch and Shinchi and Gaines, and we have a bunch of other content creators coming. And so I'm so glad that I got you involved in this series.
Yeah, I'm also super excited, and thank you so much for having me. I think we are gonna have a nice one here, so I can't wait to start.
I think so too. Now, for everyone who's just finding out the series, be sure to hit that subscribe button right over there, bottom right-hand corner. And I will also link Spartan's channel right on the top right side of your screen, so be sure to check him out and give him a subscribe as well. So, with that, Spartan, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? You know, what's your story?
Okay, so my story, besides Rise of Kingdoms, is that I'm 30. I can call myself a 30-year-old kid. I love playing games. I always have. I don't know if you are old enough, but I started with Commodore 64, and then Nintendo, and then PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and all that.
There you
So
go.
I've been playing games for since I can remember. But then when you grow old, you get married, and you get a job, so you don't have that much time to spend at home to play games. So I decided to give a shot to mobile games, and I happen to love Rise of Kingdoms.
There you go. And your background is awesome. Did you build your own
Thank you.
computer, or is that a fake background, or?
I mean, obviously, it's a fake background. Yeah, I get that a lot in live streams, and people like, "Oh my God, Spartan, do a setup tour," and I said, "What setup? This is a background." And people are like, "Oh my God, go donate some money to this guy."
I love it. So
Look
you
at this
mentioned that you
bridge.
grew up playing games. Are there any other games that you're playing right now? Not necessarily on your channel, but like, what do you play for fun?
So I actually don't have much time to play for fun, but sometimes when I can't sleep at night, sometimes I just cannot sleep. And if I'm too tired, to play Rise of Kingdoms or to make content or anything, what I do is I love playing like single player open world games like Red Dead Redemption 2,
Ooh.
GTA, something like that, just to clear my mind. It's like watching a movie or something. Love it.
I am a fan. I have Red Dead Redemption 2 on my list. I played Witcher 3 and everyone was like, you need to play
Oh
Red
yeah,
Dead
of
next.
course, Witcher 3 too. I love it too. Yeah. Geralt of Rivia. Love it.
There we go. Cool.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you started with console games. I think I did. A bunch of other folks did. How did you find Rise of Kingdoms? Were you looking for a strategy civilization based game, or?
No, I was just, as I said, I was downloading some mobile games. And, when you download some mobile games or when you look at mobile games and YouTube starts showing you, certain ads. And after, I guess, like 656 ads, I decided to give a shot to Rise of Kingdoms, and I loved it.
The ads for Rise of Kingdoms are hilarious. It cracks
Yeah.
me up because I'm a content creator, you're a content creator, but still when I go to YouTube, like, and I watch one of my own videos, I'll see a Rise of Kingdoms ad.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's so cringe, to be honest. Yeah.
And none of them actually show the game. That's the biggest irony
Yeah.
of all.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite thing about Rise of Kingdoms? I'm not sure how long you've been playing, but what's kept you around?
I think it has to be free movement in the open field because most mobile games are like turn-based or something like that. But having like a huge map, like it's like Age of Empires 2. I was playing Age of Empires when I was, younger with my friends, and it kind of felt like Age of Empires 2, but obviously it's a strategy game. This is like a collection game. But the open field, free fighting, rallies, and all that. I really like the aspect of that aspect of the game.
So it's not the social aspect. You are the first Spartan.
Yeah.
Very
The thing is
cool.
though, like I'm kind of, uh, I've been in Kingdom 1093 for a long time, and I probably only talk with few people on Discord. What I usually do is just I do my job. I mean, I follow the markers and that's it.
Hey, you know, following the markers is often a challenge, and there I've had
Yeah.
many an alliance member who can't seem to read. So,
Yeah.
you know, so what's your least favorite thing about Rise of Kingdoms?
Oof. Uh, I think it has to be the feeling of trying to catch up every single time. You know, you're trying to catch up with the equipment and then iconic and now formations. I mean, first of all, you have the commanders, right? You invest on a commander, and a few months later, a better version is here. So you want to invest on that one, but like you can never catch the latest meta as a free to play or low spender. So I think this is the worst aspect of the game.
Yeah, I remember when I first started, it was all about saving up gold heads. That was it. Like equipment wasn't a thing. And so you'd
Yeah.
save up gold heads and then you'd invest them in a commander and then they'd release one that was even better. And then they started with the equipment. So I've got some decent equipment. And now they varied the cycle. So like I'll save up heads, you know, and skip every other commander set. But
Yeah.
now they brought calves and so I'm like, "Uh-oh." They've messed it all up. I have no idea what I'm gonna do, but that's okay. You know, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Hopefully we will.
Oh my god, I can't make this up. So I'm showing your channel right now, and guess what showed up as your ad?
Rise of Kingdoms.
Oh my god, I literally can't
Build
make
your
this
city
up.
with Rise of Kingdoms. Oh, those ads, man.
Oh man. So this is an optional question. Who
Yeah.
is your favorite Rise of Kingdoms YouTuber?
So when it comes to content creators, I pretty much only talk with Omniarch, and sometimes I did talk with Dragothian. And I would say I love all content creators, but I kind of categorize them in a different way. So when I'm just bored, I watch Shinchi because he's just so fun to watch. I don't know. I love the vibe of the guy. He seems like so chill and positive. And when I need to, learn or s- research a thing or two about Rise of Kingdoms or tier lists and everything, I usually watch Omniarch or Dragothian. And I think Dragothian is leaving, and it's really bad because he was the one who inspired me to become an infantry main. And he also knows that he's one of the guys who also inspires me for creating Rise of Kingdoms content. Um, but I have to give the biggest credit to Chiskel. You may hate the guy, you may love the guy, but his consistency. I mean, he uploads videos every single day. He does live streams. He has a second channel where he uploads other videos, and he probably live streams on that channel too. So yeah, the consistency and the dedication of Chiskel is like crazy. So you have to, the biggest respect to Chiskel, but the ones that I watch most is Omniarch, Shinchi, and it was Dragothian, but I think he's going to quit soon.
Yeah, I'm bummed about Drago too. He had some really great content, but you
Yeah,
know,
for
you've
sure.
mentioned some other phenomenal YouTubers who I'm a big fan of. Omniarch is awesome, and he's grown really
Yeah,
quickly.
I think he deserved it too. Like the guy is so nice, and he was like the only content creator that like the first content creator who ever subscribed to me. I mean, you are a content creator yourself, so you know that when people subscribe to you, you can see their number of subscribers, right?
Yes.
And like when I see that like 30,000 subscribers, like who is that? And it was Omniac. It was so nice for that for him to subscribe to me. And he actually DM'd me on Discord like, "Yo, keep up the good content. You're doing great and all that." Yeah, he's such a nice guy, man.
Oh man, that must have been super reassuring early on when you were just like,
Yeah.
I think I might do this thing.
Yep.
So that's really interesting. I think it's cool that Omniarch showed an interest early on. You know, what inspired you to start YouTubing and getting started anyways?
Well, it's a long story, and I don't want to shoot any shots to anyone, but I was a viewer back in the day before I became a content creator, so I knew what I needed. And that time, like, I mean, 900 days ago, when I started the game, I had to watch like a 40-minute video to learn that Lohar is the best commander to kill barbarians, right? So, yeah. So I told myself, if someday I decide to start a YouTube channel, I think I will do about Rise of Kingdoms, and I will give you guys, people who are like me, straight to the point content, as short as possible. So that's why I started doing YouTube, and I uploaded one video, but then, a few things happened in real life, and I had to stop for like 4 months or so. And after 4 months, I looked back to the channel again, and then I realized that that video, the first video, got to like 10,000 views.
Yeah, I'm looking at it
And
now. 15,000 views.
oh, 15 now, nice. So I said, okay, I think people liked it, because if with like a few subscribers, if you get like to 10,000, 15,000 views, this means that people watching your video, and YouTube is actually recommending to more people. So I said, let's get back to it.
There you go. Well,
Yeah.
you've grown very quickly as well. I mean, you're at 7,000 something subscribers now. I'm sure you're checking the number every day.
Of course. Every single morning, every single night, all the time.
I love it. We all do it, except for
Yeah.
maybe Chiskel. I don't even know if his shows how many
Yeah,
figures.
yeah, probably.
So, what is the goal of your channel? Like, where do you feel your niche is?
So I think the goal of my channel is like, this is, you already know it. I have a regular job, so I'm not trying to make a living out of YouTube. So my job is not I'm not a content creator officially. Like, it's not my only job. So I just don't like to, limit myself. Like, this is the niche of my channel. This is what I want to do with this channel, and this is my goal. I just like what I'm doing right now, and I will just keep doing as long as I like it.
There you go. That's the best way to do it. I feel like as soon as it becomes a chore, like it
Yeah,
a lot of the fun gets taken out of it, especially when you're still small. I
for sure.
mean, you're at 7.75 thousand. I'm at 1.1 something. Like, I'm still having fun with it, but I don't think either of us are making enough money for it to be like, yeah, we're doing this for the cash.
Yeah, of course. Like, it's not like that, and like, you have, like, there are two sides of this coin, right? You can either want to make videos, because you have a good idea and you want to share this with your viewers, or you want to make a video because you have to, right? Let's say you have to upload 4 times a week, 3 times a week, and if you start doing that, your channel will die. Eventually, your channel will die.
Right.
But if you like come up with good ideas, and you want to share those ideas with your viewers, and then, because those viewers are like your community, right? I mean, I wouldn't call that, they are your friends, but they are here for you, and you should be there for them. You should be releasing, if you have a good idea, you should be releasing a video. Sometimes I edit a video at 4 a.m. at the night, and
Oh my
wake up
God.
at, yeah, I wake up at 7, go to gym, go to work, and come back at like 8 p.m. or so. It's very tiring, but if you do it with a passion, if you do it because you want to do it, you want to share these ideas with people who cares about you, and it doesn't actually tire you that much. But if you start doing, oh my God, I have to make a video again because I only released 2 videos and I need to release 3. Yeah, I mean, when it becomes a chore, like you said, I mean, it's miserable.
Yeah, the dedication is pretty good though, I gotta say.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, I have a burning question. I'm sure you have a couple sponsorships from other games. I've seen them on
Yeah.
here.
Hmm.
Are you ever going to make content for non-Rise of Kingdoms channel? Because on your YouTube, you have another channel called Let's Conquer YouTube. Is
Yeah,
that
it
for
was
other
actually
games?
it was because of my friends, like a small hype. They made me create another channel because they had some small YouTube channels, and I kind of helped them to grow a little bit faster. And they said, like, oh man, like, this information is not on YouTube. Like, you should make videos about conquering the YouTube, and kind of YouTube education thing. And but I got hyped. Like, okay, let's do it. But then I realized I literally have zero time to do that.
Right.
Start a second channel. And I realized that creating a YouTube education channel is probably the worst idea, because I mean, who will take advice, YouTube advice, from a channel that has like five subscribers, right? No, yeah, nobody will watch it, even though the content is there, even though like you share like amazing ideas. People don't care about it because you don't have the credit. I mean, you are trying to educate YouTube, but you have 100 subscribers. Who cares, right? So I just created that channel, but I mean, I probably won't delete the channel, but I will take it off from my main channel's banner.
Aw, see now,
Yeah,
I brought it back to your attention. So, are you
kinda,
going
yeah.
to make non-Rise of Kingdoms content though, or are you pretty set?
I don't think so. Not right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've gotten to know you a little bit. I feel that I know you just a little bit better now.
Okay.
Let's pivot over to some of the actual like Rise of Kingdom stuff itself.
Hmm.
What do you consider yourself in game? Are you a field player? Are you a whale?
Yeah.
What do you consider yourself in game?
So when it comes to spending level, I'm extremely low spender. Like I don't even do 5 day recharge. I only do 2 days for 10 sculptures. I think it was.
Yep.
Yeah. And the only thing I purchase in Season of Conquest is the daily thing. I don't even purchase pop-up bundles or anything. I think I didn't even purchase the thing. It's like let me check its name.
Crystal
Crystal
Quest.
Quest. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even purchase that. So I'm a super low spender. But when I started the game, I was like, after a few months, and I was looking at those people, the first KVK, they were rallying cities, rallying fortresses, and people were garrisoning. Like, oh my God, I told myself that I will only work on one pair of commanders and I will be a rally leader. And then I got hit by VIP because I didn't know that VIP gives you damage and all that. And then I got hit by Season of Conquest technology after I got my equipment. Like, I got the equipment, okay, full legendary. I got a special talent. But then I just realized you need to spend money to upgrade your technology in Season of Conquest. So you cannot be a rally leader, Spartan. So I decided to just stick with the open field.
Yeah, it's a shame. I was having a conversation with someone in game, and I don't know if it was on another interview as well. Lilith has really made it so if you're not a whale, like you're a field fighter,
Yeah.
which is a shame
Yeah.
because I feel like it takes out a lot of the fun of like being important. You become much
Yeah,
less
100%.
important if you're just a field fighter.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I have decent equipment. When we go to Ark of Osiris, people say, okay, Spartan, you are going to rally this. I was like, I ain't going to rally that. You don't let me rally in KVK. So, yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
rally
but
in
right
KVK.
now, like,
Can't rally now.
yeah, I mean, even full legendary equipment is not good enough. People are just, have full special talented, iconic legendary. That's what's required to be a rally or a garrison leader, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and you're in 1093, which is just whales galore. So I'm sure
Yeah.
you're competing with some pretty big spenders there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, top three alliances, P, T, and L, heavy spenders in there. And by the way, they all are extremely nice people and they have crazy game knowledge. But it's impossible to compete with them when it comes to, rally lead and anything.
Yeah, it's a challenge, but you've done pretty well for yourself.
I mean, in commander and equipment wise, I'm okay, but in kills wise, like, I'm so behind because technically it's like my third KVK in 900 days.
That's not that bad. You've only had 3 KVKs?
Yeah, I mean, technically I was in KVKs, but in my first 3 KVKs, I remember that I was playing in my starting kingdom and we got demolished. I have no idea about, teleporting to other kingdom, migrating and all that. And then after those 3 KVKs, I was like, okay, this KVK thing is just, I guess it's not for us because people are super strong and we are a new kingdom. We will grow in time and all that. So I started avoiding joining KVKs. But then I realized I can migrate to better kingdoms. I made a few mistakes for migration too. I didn't know about, joining to a Discord, talking, chatting with people, meeting with them, learning about the kingdom. And I just I mean, it wasn't randomly, but it was like a friend told me that, yo, I will go to this kingdom. Would you like to come? Yeah, okay, let's go. But that kingdom was also worse than the previous one. So,
Oh
yeah,
God.
I kind of started playing KVKs in 1093. So it's my third KVK.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's so. Where did you start? What kingdom was your account born in?
I actually have no idea. I can't remember it. It was 19 something, but I can't remember it.
Okay, and then do you remember what other kingdoms you've been in before 1093?
I think so. It was like one number below from my first kingdom. So let's say my first kingdom was 1954,
Okay.
and then we went to 1953. But that kingdom was also really bad. But I wasn't able to realize that that kingdom was bad. I mean, I wasn't able to know that what kingdom is good, what kingdom is bad. So, and then, I learned a lot about the game. I watched a lot of videos, some research and all that. So I decided to join Discord. I actually created a Discord with Rise of Kingdoms. I had no idea what Discord is. So I joined 1093's Discord. We chatted about a little bit, and they said, "Why your kill is so low?" And I said, "Because of this, this, and this." And they said, "Okay, come to our kingdom. I mean, you won't be in the top 3 alliances, obviously, with that kill points, but do what you can do."
There you go. Well,
Yeah,
you found yourself a good kingdom. I'm sure we'll see the kill points go up. I'm not too
hopefully,
worried.
yeah,
You've got
yeah.
I see
And
your commanders here. So you
yeah,
look like you're in fairly good shape.
yeah, it's okay.
So sounds like you've had kind of a rough start to the game. What was your biggest rookie mistake? I'm not seeing too many commanders max that shouldn't be.
I think, aside from understanding the whole kingdom and KVK concept wrong, uh, you know, some usual mistakes, investing some sculptures to wrong commanders. I mean, I didn't expertise any bad commanders, I would say, but like my Genghis Khan is like 5-3-1-1, and
Okay.
I think I also invested like 20 to 30 sculptures to Edward, but that's about it.
That's actually really not that bad. Like you see some
Yeah.
people that put a ton in El Cid, all
Oh yeah,
universals.
yeah.
So it could be worse. That's not a bad rookie mistake. I think the migration challenges were the hard one.
Yeah, I'm not I wouldn't say I'm unhappy with my commander investments and my mistakes, because everybody does makes mistakes, but I think mine was just a minor, some sculptures to Genghis Khan, some sculptures to Edward, but that's it.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's easily recoverable.
Yep.
So, now let's talk a little bit about commanders, commander types, troops, civs, etc.
Mm-hmm.
I see that you are Vikings, so I'm gonna guess that
Mm-hmm.
your favorite troop type is infantry.
Yep,
Why?
it is. I actually made a video about that a few months ago, why infantry is the best civilization for, especially for free to play and low spenders, and these are exactly my reasonings. Because you spend food and wood, and there are lots of commanders that work great with low investment. You have the best gold key commander, which is Charles Martel. Of course, there are downsides of being infantry. The one being, extremely slow and not having, like cavalry-ish skill damage or AOE like archers. But I think infantry is still for, I wouldn't say the best, but for value for money perspective, I think it's the most sustainable troop type for free to players and low spenders, because some infantry commanders also like Charles Martel, Pakal, sometimes Herald, they don't get targeted much like XY, like Boudica, like
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know, Nevsky, and I think this is important for free to players and low spenders.
yeah. I think that's super valid, and if you've got Bacall Herald, like some viewers will be upset about this. You really
Yeah,
don't need many other pairs. You just kind of have to
yeah,
throw him out there, and you're fine.
yeah. Just send them, suicide them, and you will have good traits. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's how Attila is too. I mean, I was Cav when I started out. I don't know what I am now. I kind of play everything, and I would send Attila to Kata, and I'd have
Yeah.
fairly good equipment, and I'd let people swarm me, and that was fine.
100%. Atil Takeda is like Atil Takeda, Pakal Herald, the most efficient marches in Rise of Kingdoms.
Oh, without a doubt. I think if I
Yeah,
if I were free to play, those would be the four commanders I would probably max.
yeah. You get the best number. Yeah, I mean, the highest number of kills per, how would I say, like resources spent to
Yeah,
heal.
that's I would absolutely agree.
Yeah.
So, why Vikings?
Actually, the reason is because I have Atil Takeda. Since Vikings also boost counterattack damage, and Takeda can benefit from that counterattack damage boost a lot. I was actually playing with France before I had my Takeda, but after I maxed them, I immediately switched to Vikings for that counterattack damage boost.
Yeah, that's a pretty good boost. And then you've got infantry attack, so if you still want the infantry.
Yeah, so I mean, these are the three marches that I use. I have 2 infantry and 1 cavalry, and that cavalry is a Takeda. And my 2 infantry having special units from Vikings plus attack boost. And on top of my infantry, also my Takeda is getting that counterattack damage boost. Is just, I mean, the best case scenario, but obviously it's not the best civilization in the game. It's hands down Ottoman. But for my account right now, I think Vikings is the best.
Hey, I mean, honestly, that's what it's all about, is figuring out what's best for you and what works.
Yeah.
You know, and I tell all of my viewers whenever they're like, what's the best civ? It's like, it really depends on how you want to play.
Yeah, for sure.
So what is your favorite civ by looks, right? Vikings, I think, makes sense for how you play, but do you have a civ that you think looks better?
Yeah. Just give me a second. I don't want to get roasted by Asian people because I have to make sure that if it was, yeah, it's Japan Samurai.
Yeah, Japan looks
think-
cool. I have that on all of my farm accounts because you get that gathering
Yeah,
speed.
I think Samurai's looks the best.
I think that was one of my very first civs, and I thought the Samurai unit was awesome. Except
Yeah.
I did a little research and discovered that Samurai gets increased attack, and then I was brutally told that that is not what you want.
Yeah, I was like, when I started the game, which civilization should I go? Okay, I like this flag more than this flag. I didn't know like they have buffs and other benefits. I think I went with, I can't even remember, maybe Korea or something because I like the flag looks like a yin yang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think I went with Korea. But then I was like, oh my god, like these civilizations has different bonuses.
Whoops. And they
Yep.
make it really expensive to change it.
Yeah.
I love it. So you said you have Attila Takeda maxed.
Yep.
You don't have Pakal. So what are the infantry marches that you're actually running right now?
So usually I run with 3 marches, and sometimes I may go up to 4, but usually it's 3. So I have my Takeda, and if I go with 3 marches, I do Guan Scipio and Herald Alex.
Okay.
And if I go to go up to 4 marches, Takeda again, Guan Scipio again. But this time I have my Charles and Herald, and Alex with YSG. Charles is almost maxed, and I haven't spent any legendary commander sculptures on Charles Martel, so I'm kind of super happy about it because he's actually really good with Herald. When you get the relic, it's like a budget version of Pakal and Herald. So if I go with 3 marches again after I max my Charles Martel, I may even bench my Alexander because I think Charles Herald works better than Herald Alex.
Yes. I've seen that before, and the counterattack damage is massive because Alex doesn't have that. If you put Martel in the field, I bet people will swarm it just because he's a gold key commander.
Yeah, they will think that, okay, let's just kill Martel and let's be done with it. But when you have Herald, you're going to deal a lot of damage.
I see your Trajan is level 60. Have you been working on him?
I thought about it. I also have Saladin level 60, Trajan level 60, but no. Like, Trajan is like 3-1-1 and Saladin is 2-1-1-1. Because like these commanders were so good, and I wanted to have them, and I get them to level 60, and then I decided, okay, I want to invest in this commander. Boom, Lilith released a new commander, and I was like, oh my god, I'm glad that I didn't invest on like Trajan and all that. So,
yeah, that's the struggle. Fortunately, it's just XP and not gold heads. But that's
stars and XP tomes are easy to get, but gold hats, no, that's so hard to get.
So which of the commanders in the game is your favorite, right? And we can talk aesthetic and practical.
Okay, so I would say I think Guan Yu, but in practical I would say Alexander the Great, just because I used him a lot. I used him as 5-1-1-1. 5-5-1-1. Later on, I used him as a 5-5-5-1, and finally, I expertised him, and I'm still using him this day. Like this guy's been with me since the beginning of the game. So I would say my favorite commander is Alexander. But if I had to pick one commander in Rise of Kingdoms right now, I haven't played with him yet, uh, but that will be Nevsky,
Nevsky.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a beast. I feel like the trio of Nevsky, Scipio, and Boudica, if you have those in the
yeah,
field, you're unstoppable.
100%. Yeah, best three commanders right now.
So you mentioned you skipped some KVKs,
Hmm.
but I'm assuming you have a favorite type of KVK. I'm in light versus dark on one of my jumpers, and in my main, I'm
Yeah.
currently playing Strife. What's your favorite?
So the thing is, people always say that light versus darkness is amazing, and I don't even know what light versus darkness looks like. So yeah, yeah, in that KVK, like we as Kingdom, we were just getting demolished. We couldn't do anything. We were just simply we were only in the KVK map, right? This was the only difference between being in Home Kingdom or Kingdom. So we were still farming, and the first pass opens, and we rally and all that, but they kill us immediately. No field fight, no nothing, and we were just farming in our own zone from day one of the KVK and the last day of the KVK. So I don't even know what light versus darkness looks like, but my favorite one is it has to be Strife of 8 because it's a Season of Conquest KVK. We have the KVK shop, but we don't have to clear the fog, right? What's his name? Heroic Anthem. Yeah. You don't
Yes.
have to clear fog like Heroic Anthem. And it's also a Season of Conquest KVK. And you can fight non-stop in this map because of the map design. And that's what I love about it.
I'm really excited. This is my very first Strife of the 8. I think I'm probably on like my 13th or 14th KVK. I've been playing this
Yeah.
game for too long. Um, but but I'm really really pumped for Strife, and I'm going to be covering that on the channel. So if folks haven't subscribed yet, and you do want to see that, be sure to, because there's going to be lots of good fights. And I don't know if you saw, but there are 6 Imperiums in my current KVK.
6.
6.
That's crazy.
It's gonna be disgusting. So
Yeah.
it'll be fun, but it's definitely gonna be expensive. So last but not least, what do you hope to see come to Rise of Kingdoms? What changes do you hope they introduce? Slash, what would you like to see?
So obviously, one thing that I would like to see, but this will never happen because I've explained it in a business standpoint in a video about formations I made. I would like to have a bit of strategy, how it benefits smarter players, I should say. But they will never do that. They will never implement that. I mean, in Rise of Kingdoms, skill will never beat money, right? I know that this is what they need to do because they're a company. Their goal is to make money. But I mean, just a little bit of skill involved in the game will be perfect.
Do you think formations is gonna change that, or no?
No, 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 no. It's just, I mean, formations, all that. Like, people asking me, Spartan, like, why formations matter? Because everybody plays with simplified graphics. I was like, what? Like, the visual of the formation doesn't matter. Like, the only thing that matters, the buff it gives you, right?
Right.
Like what you see on the battle log. Like how your troops standing on the field, it doesn't mean anything. But I wish it would, right? For example, you could do, how do I say it? Just a second, I will look at it. Crescent. Crescent. Is this correct?
Crescent.
Crescent.
Yeah.
There is a crescent formation in strategy games where you put your archers like a moon shape,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and then yeah, then they work much better instead of being back to each other. Like formations, if they would add some skill with formations, instead of just spending all that money and getting every single best formation and armaments and all that, I don't even know what else there are, and you perform the best. That's kind of bad for free to play and low spenders. I explained this in, like, I kind of compare this with FIFA, right? Do you know FIFA? Have you ever
FIFA.
played FIFA?
Yeah, I've played FIFA before.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, in FIFA, that's also a pay-to-win game, right?
Yeah.
But if you got the skill, like you can beat teams with Pele, Maradona, with like Martial and I don't know, like Heung-min Son, right? If you got the skill.
Right.
But in Rise of Kingdoms, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So I wish we had a little bit of skill and strategy involved in the game, but I don't think there will be.
Well, here's to hoping. I'm looking forward to seeing what changes come to Rise of Kingdoms. But I did want to thank you so much for coming and joining me on the Rise of Kingdoms interview with a content creator series. It has been
My pleasure.
awesome getting to know you.
Thank you. You too. Thank you, Shapi. And I think you can keep up the series because I think this is a very fun to watch series where you just discuss or chat with people, but you don't, there is no gameplay on the screen. It's just, it's like a face to face
Yeah.
so that viewers can get to know content creators better. I think that's a perfect series.
Thank you. Well, I think it's been going pretty well so far, and everyone who I've gotten to speak with has been really, really awesome. So
Yeah, that's great to hear.
I'm super pumped, and I just wanted to give my heartfelt thanks to you guys. If you haven't already, do go subscribe to Spartan. I'll link his channel right on the top right side of the screen so you can go check him out. He's made some great content and really nice thumbnails. Just take my word for it.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for joining us.
Yo, my pleasure, Shapi. My pleasure.
Thank you all. Shappy out.